gamma very high, and spiritualist scientist who guides aspirants on the path of celebration and liberation, which is why we are all here. Through simple and profound ways, he is the head of Kevala Foundation, a sacred celebration destination in India, and he has guided many corporate busy bees across the world to sustain an aligned, balanced, and blissful life. Let's welcome Dr. Pradeep.
This mic is working.
Yes, I'll turn it on for you now.
I welcome all of you. Those who are seated at the back can come in the front. Yes. It's easier to experience more field. Yes. I thank Sharon for this wonderful space that she has created. And Pallavi for getting me here. And Sky for keeping in touch. Before I commence this, I would like to each one of you to connect to yourself first. Unless we connect to ourselves, we can really not relate with what I am going to share with you today. Yes, is it audible very clearly? Yes? Okay. What's important here? While we are here, we have to absorb what is the purpose of being here on this planet. Yes? Do you agree?
Yes.
So, how do we make ourselves known? Where do we begin? Why are we here? The most important day on this planet is when you realize why you're here. Yes? Do you agree? If you begin to know why you're here, you will question, how can I unravel my original state, my pure conscious awareness? So this begins the journey towards an awakening. Long before you realize who you are, you're meant to have an awakening. Most of us, we think we are awake, but we are not really awake. Why? Because with the eyes open, imagine this, there is only a perception happening in our mechanism. The eyes are open, we are having a projector screen here, the field of awareness is falling into our brain. We are seeing exactly how we are and not how it is meant to be. That means if a chemical state of the brain is already distorted, you will see distorted image around you, in front of you. The distorted image of the ego field, which is very strong in each one of us. We only measure, compare people. There was a nice little cartoon, very funny. Two men meet each other, they just shake hands and say, how are you? When two women meet each other, they do a head to foot check, body check. Yes, what's the kind of footwear, what's the bag, what's the watch, what's the necklace? Why so many checks? Yes, you're not happy with the person. Long before your eyes met, you first saw the shoes first. Yes, so that means our perceptions are already colored. We are not able to actually start to feel the very joy of the presence of the being around us. We are always concerned about what are they wearing, what should I feel in their presence. So all of us are colored in a very fragmented way, in a limited way. But here I am to help you realize that it is possible to receive and not perceive. Yes? What is the difference between reception and perception? I'll give you a nice little example. You have a projector the projector is projecting an image is falling on the screen. We are sitting in a cinema hall. The director is at the last seat watching the fun. Yes, he's having a vicarious feeling of watching people. Now the people on this as audience are looking at the screen. It's a very emotional movie. People are busy crying. Tissue sales are going high. Now the director is very happy. He says, my movie is a success. Because more you guys cry, more you will come back again and refer to more people. So now all people engaged in this activity of the perception of watching the real-time actors on the screen as the real between real life and real life. On the screen, everything looks very intense. So people enjoy the movie show. All of us are enjoying the movie show. We are lost in another dimension, in another world. But we cannot realize that it is just a beautiful visualization of a creation. If you look up, you will see a bright golden light hitting the screen. You will also see the director sitting there and laughing there. Yes, he is happy. His bank balance is going up. Thanks you for your crying. So, what happens to us? We are actually lost in our pseudo world. We think our tears are real. Wait, don't disturb me now. I'm busy crying. Let me enjoy my drama. Then at the end of the show, I will decide what's the quality of this drama. So somewhere deep down inside, we've forgotten how to switch between the creator's angle and a human angle. We're supposed to have a human angle also. Otherwise, we will not be able to celebrate this life. Otherwise, how will you celebrate the innocence of a child? How are you going to enjoy what it means to be in love? If everything is watched from the creator's angle, we will just be a dance of light. Just a dance of light. Isn't it boring after some time? Lights dancing, no human face. Yes? So, how much ever we want to grow, we at the same time have agreed upon that we're going to have a human journey here. We are going to celebrate a human journey here. We are not going to be just watching it from the creator's angle only. But the creator's angle is important. For the reason that it is going to help us understand the larger picture whenever we are in trouble. Minute teardrops are going to emerge, watch, who is this being trying to cry? For what? From where is this emotion being stored? Why is this emotion hurting us? That doesn't mean you're not supposed to be having emotions. But being drained in your emotional field is that we are ready to shed buckets of tears for self-pity, but we do not have the tears of gratitude. Where is the tears of gratitude? I'll tell you the classical difference. I don't know if it occurred to you before. If your tears emerge from the inner corner of the eye, it is little bit hot. It is average people on this planet all cry from here. If your tears emerge from the corner of this eye, it is cold, icy cold. And these are tears of gratitude. Self-pity, gratitude. It's interesting, right? How did we fail to notice this? Yes? How did we miss this? Because we had never contemplated. Our education did not tell us. Our medical doctors did tell us. I asked so many doctors. They said, what difference does it make? I said, it makes. Yes? So how did we miss it? So the science of awareness is not limited by your education, by your culture, by your religion, by your so-called philosophies and ideologies, conventions, protocols, belief systems, traditions, resistances, all that we have stored cannot give us the real knowledge. The real knowledge is coming to you from an intuitive process. When all intellect exhausts, intelligence happens to you. When intelligence exhausts, intuition happens to you. When intuition happens to you, you are ready to hear the voice of the force. It will come to you as a silent remembrance, as a fragrance, as a frequency, as a light, as a remembrance, as whispers. Now this is beautiful. when you can actually start getting guidance. The tuition is happening to you from the event here. That is why it's called intuition. The tuition is that you're constantly guided. How to activate this powerful remembrance of what it means to receive at the point of need. You don't need all the time voices. It can be very boring, yes? If you're constantly listening to voices, you can't do any other activity. I have seen people who are extraordinarily clairaudient, they start channeling into too many voices. It happened to me. One night I was desperate. I said, I met so many clairaudients on this planet. I don't listen to those voices of the force from different channels. Am I less endowed? Am I not good enough? What's wrong with this force? Why is it not giving me the skill and the guidance? I'm telling you, this is the real story. I'm sitting on my bed. My wife is blissfully sleeping. I'm sitting in the Vajrasana on the bed. I had a light explosion in this brain. The light exploded and suddenly there were channels of audio opened up. 7 channels, not one. I asked for one, I received how many? 7 channels. These 7 channels are in different frequencies. I can hear all of them distinctly. Isn't that beautiful? I can hear all of the 7. That means our brain is capable of decoding 7 different channels without interference and distortion. It was phenomenal. It lasted for maybe 20-30 minutes. I heard voices of the masters, guides, my friends around the neighborhood, people asking in distress, everything at the same shot. Then I realized, imagine we are, 7 audio channels are, troubling us. Imagine the force listening to all our complaints and comments, all our opinions, all our rantings. How would it be to sit there and watch all of our drama unfolding, all of our prayers? Imagine, I'll give an example to you. There was an extraordinary Shiva Bhakta, a devotee of Shiva, who had an extraordinary, intent that he wanted to see Shiva in full-blooded form in front of him. He said, I'm not going to stop chanting till I'm going to see this image. It was a real intense, passionate calling. He started chanting ceaselessly, endlessly. He would go to the washroom, he would chant. He would chant in the bed, he would chant everywhere, anywhere, anytime. A point came, he was breathing less, chanting more. So his death came very close. You lose your time by talking more. Yes? Eventually what happened? When the body was about to leave, he still left in distress. He said, look, whole life I chanted Shiva, Shiva, Shiva. This guy never appeared. This guy never showed even once. What a pity, what a shame. When the body was ready to leave, the soul exited, then he saw a brilliant, powerful light, and Shiva came in his extraordinary form and bestowed his grace. He said, no, I'm not impressed. No, not now. A whole life I spent asking for you. You did not come to me. I'm very depressed that you never came to me. Whole life, Shiva said, my friend, I was waiting for an opportunity, for a gap. You never gave me a gap. I waited, at least in the washroom you will give me a gap. There also you are chanting. You have not left me a single gap. I was waiting for one entry point. And you never gave me an entry point. So I had to convert you to Shava. Shava means dead body. When you became silent, dead body, you dropped that ranting machine, I could come to you. Yes? Please remember, chanting has become ranting. Why? Done it with disgust. You're not coming to me. See this difference between chanting and ranting. People always rant more than they chant. There is no gap. See, the God's office is not your government office. You have to keep applying and no replying. Yes? Apply, no reply. So, what I'm saying is, you pray with highest intent once and leave it. It will come at this time when it is meant to come to you, at the timing when it is meant to come to you. You don't have to worry, because the force is not a government official or a politician who has got vested interest and partisan interest. The force loves you as much as it is you are meant to be receiving. What is your deserving level? Are we deserving enough? How do we make yourself deserving? This instrument has received phenomenal cosmic grace when I never even asked for it. I did not even beg for it. I did not seek it. One mystic in China said, "Seek and you shall not receive." Lao Tzu. Lao Tzu was once upon a time a brilliant master in India known as Bhogar. He went to China and spent 300 years only giving the message of the Shivatvam in their own style. So Lao Tzu is actually originally from India. So now, please remember this. What is the meaning of this? Seek and you shall not receive it. I wondered what could be the meaning. The inner meaning came to me as a very beautiful revelation. Why does a receiver need to try to jump towards the radio station? Does it need to? It is still. It is there. The radio signals come to it. Yes or no? Yeah. So what is the quality of your radio receiver? Is your Wi-Fi on? Is your radio channel on? It will come to you because all you have to do is make sure you have a distortion-free radio channel. So ask yourself, is my radio channel on? So are we really on? If you're really on, first and foremost, this radio channel will give you a channel called silence. Nothing but silence. In the deepest silence, you will receive a powerful transmission of sometimes as a voice, as a light, as remembrance. It will come to you. So what do you need to do? When all logic fails, magic happens. When all grammar fails, flow begins. Yes? So are we ready for dropping the logic, dropping the grammar, so that the magic and flow can take shape in our life? Most people assume that magic is something extraordinary without our ability to handle it. Can our bodies take a cosmic grace of light? Yes, it can take, but are we ready enough? Most people with the smallest of pains think that this is end of my life. They would wait for morphine to make them feel good. Yes? So why are we so limited in our purview of this life? The Himalayan mystics have given us a phenomenal gift of how to make this instrument supremely ready, supremely alive, to make sure that the origin, the blueprint of this body is intact. See, imagine if all of us are designers and we design a fabulous car, a machine which is extraordinarily powerful, and you put one person there and say drive at only 10 kilometers per hour. We want to test the patience. Most people want to drive at the maximum possible comfort zone. Yes or no? Don't you want to drive this beautiful instrument to its original design? Our design was that we are capable of receiving the whole cosmos here in this instrument, not just our ambience here. We are supposed to be cosmic bodies. The whole universe has been designed that it can pass through us. We can receive this universe through us. That means basically we are cosmic in our design. Powerful cosmic design. We have capable of receiving the starlight. So you go and smell a tree, an old tree. We are so busy trying to chop the tree, we don't even talk to the tree. Go and smell a tree, my friend, you will get the smell of the stars. This is the starlight has descended into the tree and the tree carries that. So genuine good beings who are capable of remembrance, they go and hug the tree. Because the tree has the awareness of receiving the transmissions of the stars. And we dumb humans have only high-powered axe to cut it. All the forests in our planet are gone and we think we are great, powerful beings capable of making 6-lane highways, driving Hummers around. You think you are powerful? Just wait for, we have rains. The rains cannot even seep into our earth because there are not enough trees. There is disastrously we are slipping out of control, and we think we as a human race we can fight with each other and show power games and say which country is more powerful and can veto all the green rules regulations on this planet. We are hit the rock bottom now. Every single country is facing a disastrous natural calamities because we just can't handle just the very essence of living on this planet. We think we are great. The whole world is nothing but a fantastic consumerism. The idea of education is that you can buy more. Yes, fill up your buy larger houses, fill up with more consumer stuff, so then dump it because you don't need it anymore. So all you have is extraordinary big landfills. Take all the economists, all the so-called corporate honchos, make them live on top of a landfill. Just make them a nice little, parking space. Make them live there for a few days and see if you can survive on a landfill. Yes, if you can survive 1 week on top of a landfill, you will value every piece of paper that comes to you. Do you agree?
Yes.
What have we done? All the great value system that we have generated from hundreds and thousands of years have gone into dust in the last few years. All of us are nothing but glorified consumers. Can we capable of feeling for this planet? If we cannot feel for this planet, this body will eventually face the music. Trust me, we think we are fine just because we think we have access to medicines, doctors, ICUs, nurses. No way. No force can prevent you from a disastrous disease. I'll simply tell you, go to a hospital and just sit there for a few days and come back. Trust me, you'll come back with a disease called superbug. All the combination and permutation of all the sick people there, they're having the virus festival. Okay, all the viruses and bacteria having a major communion there. All of them saying, oh, you came from this country, okay, come. Let's all join together. There is a tremendous struggle happening. We go to hospital to become all right. We come back more sick because we don't know, we can't see it. It's already embedded in our virus structure, into our bacterial structure. So please remember this. The greatest medicine which is required for you is already inside you. Whether you like it or not, whether you believe it or not, human body is the largest chemical laboratory in this world. It has all the necessary chemicals. We have been fooled to think that it is not possible for you to integrate your body. Your master has gone to sleep, commander has been sealed, and you think you are fine. With this one intent from the pineal gland, you can send a transmission to whichever part of this body and receive healing instantly. I am not talking from philosophy or scripture reference, I am talking from direct experience. If this is possible in this body, that our body can be healed at the point of need instantly. If it is possible here, it is possible with all of you. But you need to know how to integrate to that level. It may sound very difficult. No, which you are different guy. It's not possible to me. But are you ready to fine tune? Are you ready to take charge of your body, or you want to be offering your body? Say, take me with you. Doctors, I want to see how many more parts can you remove. Yeah. Young girls today, young are suffering, young boys are suffering. They have removed lungs, lung transplant, thyroid removal, missing gallbladder, kidneys for sale. Everybody has, traded off their body. I went to an audio store. That guy was, saying this amplifier costs $800,000. My friend said, sir, my kidney is on sale. Can somebody imagine what can happen to this world? All we are thinking is we want an experience of high intensity pleasure. Yes or no? To some, all of us are pleasure seekers. In the way of pleasure seeking, what is the damage that we have done to this instrument? All the alcohol, caffeine, nicotine, all the drugs that we have put in, are we capable of actually fine-tuning our instrument to return back to self? Can we bring this instrument back to its original glory? Yes or no? Do you believe it?
Yes.
It's possible?
Yes.
We are not talking here just a glorified concept. I'm not interested in philosophy. I'm a believer in actions. If I cannot deliver it to you, I will not tell you about it. Yes, I believe that this body can be returned back to its pristine, original blueprint, where all the sacred geometry is intact, your body is fragrant. I can tell you, this body can exude fragrance, my friend, fragrance. You'll be shocked. I'm telling you, this is a live example I'll give you. Many years back, I used to live in a fabulous city called Dubai. Okay, I had returned from the construction site of this beautiful center I have in India called Kevala Foundation. I was returning back to Dubai. The temperature in my center is 18 degrees and Dubai was 49 degrees centigrade, not Fahrenheit. Okay, so now when I reached there, it's a classical shift in the temperature. What do? You have to get used to it, right? So at about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, I had the fabulous idea for going for a run. Now I step out, I know I've lived there, so I was not at loggerheads with the temperature. I put on my shoes, I went for a run. I had 3 sprints on my same lane as my road, and I came back home. I'm not joking. This body felt like a feather, but it was from head to foot I was sweating. Not a single pore was left. But when I removed my t-shirt, I could suddenly feel fragrance of jasmine flowers. The whole body, every single pore of my body was fragrance of jasmine. How is it possible? If this body can exude fragrance of flower, but they don't think it is one of its kind. If you study your autobiography of a yogi, you will see one beautiful saint talking of his same experience of the fragrance. Okay, so it is not something one-off. It happens when your body is purified. It will exude fragrance. It will give you the perfume of rarest flowers, rarest. You cannot imagine from where it has come, not from this earth. There is a lake in on the border of Bolivia and Chile. They say that lake is so pure. They have found the same substance as one in the Mars. Okay, can you imagine that we have left ourselves unexplored? We think our world is operating between our mall to home. Yes, there is something beyond what we know. How do we click into this design? Most of us think that this design was just a biological design meant to feed, eliminate and sleep. Even that we can't do properly. Most issues are digestive issues. There is no fire to digest. There is no fire to eliminate. The gut is screaming, but we can't listen. Our guts are screaming. They're saying, how much fermented food will you left behind? We don't know how to cleanse our gut. This guy is screaming. This guy is in fog. Yes? Most of the people I encounter here, I can see in their eyes, the meter of brain fog is on, the VU meter. Brain fog is the most common disaster. Yes? I can see it in their eyes, the dumbing eyes. I can see the VU meter falling down. What happens to our system? We don't know we are sick. We don't know why we are tired. We have to return back to, that state where we can actually be simplistically beautiful. Why are we forgotten simplicity? Why are we tired all the time? Why is this body tired? Because we are in boredom. Simple. We don't enjoy what we do. We get tired because we're waiting for party in the evening. The work is just to feed my party. Yes? The end of the day, what people want to do. I met so many corporate guys across the world. They are slogging their ass off to pay off their mortgages, pay off all their bills, and enjoy 3 days of stressful holiday in the 5-star resort. That's all they get. In those 3 days, they get 20 calls a day. Are you there? Yes, sir, I'm there. So how do you survive a self-created, desireful life? We are reeling out of control. We don't know how to arrest this because we see everybody in the same boat. Okay, fine, my friends are there, it's okay. Yes, we are finding solace in the fact that all of us are in the same gutter, no problem, we'll enjoy it. Can we really liberate? The answer is yes, we can. We can take a few friends also with us. Yeah? If you are inspiring enough, they will join you. When they see you bright, beautiful, happy, blissful, aligned, they will say something that you have done. Maybe it's worthwhile taking a step forward and see what can happen, rather than imagine what can happen. Yes? So I'm introducing you to a science of alignment, to a science of bliss, the science of celebration, the science of pure liberation. Most of us think we are free. Are we really free? This body is tied down. Even our thoughts are not free. Our body is chained. We think we are free. Just imagine you are spinning out of control because the decay process has taken over. Can you arrest the decay process, the aging process? Can you arrest what can happen to this body's chemical state? The chemicals are there, but it's not kick firing. Why do you need serotonin pill? Yes, so I'm introducing you to a naturalized, simplistic way of accessing pure bliss inside you. A simple way of understanding is maximum pleasure is bliss, maximum bliss is ecstasy.
Maximum bliss is what?
Ecstasy.
Okay.
So maximum pleasure in our body is bliss. But what most people think, that orgasm is the highest peak of all experiences this body can take. But that's still at the fusion between mind and body. An orgasm can happen only when the mind and body come together. Yes, do you agree? It's not the other person who is giving you an orgasm. It is your instrument coming into alignment that gives you orgasm. But that orgasm is only 20 blissful seconds. It doesn't last beyond that. So, in the preparation for an orgasm, we have already 7 billion people. But we have not experienced what it means to have a divine orgasm. We are not ready. Our instruments are all running on 1.5 volt battery. How do you think we can have a divine orgasm? Yes, we need battery pack. We need something more powerful. We need a generator. We need a hybrid solar and wind power. Yes, we need something extraordinary to fuel this body to return back. See, if a rocket has to launch the satellite into orbit, you need rocket fuel stage by stage, the cryogenic fuel. It will not just go on its own. The science of rocket is to make sure that you don't lose the fuel. Today morning I saw a brilliant video of a guy, an Australian guy jumping from space, 128,000 feet high. He made humans look absolutely worthwhile. Do you agree? You see the video? Isn't that beautiful?
Yes.
Human body can take it. Isn't that beautiful? To me, it is a victory of human body, a victory of human spirit, courage, determination. Whoever thought that this body can take supersonic speed in mid-air? I'm not talking inside the aircraft. Yes? So, this body is powerful. If you have the right determination, right access to this knowledge, first and foremost, you have enough wind power inside you to eliminate the crap that we have stored. Most people are not having enough wind power here. Trust me, it might look very disturbing to know that most of our bodies are bloated. Do you agree? Why is it bloated? Why is there no balance between the sun and moon? Enough sunlight. 70% of our body is operating on solar and 70% of our body is water. So what is the equation to balance the sun and the moon? The first alignment is, if your pineal gland switches into proper circadian movement, you will have clarity of the sun and moon inside you. Your body is neither too hot nor too cold. 37 degrees is already maintained. Yes, that's the temperature of this body. I'm talking centigrade. It may make a difference to your Fahrenheit. Okay. So now, if body is already fine, 98 degree Fahrenheit, that's the temperature. Yes. So now, if your body is already fine, why is you feeling hot and cold for no reason? That means your emotion is out of place. People feel hot because thermostat inside you, the hypothalamus in your brain, in your midbrain, is off key, gone out of synchronicity. Yes? If your hypothalamus is behaving, if you suddenly feel fear, what happens? Chill in your spine, cold sweat. Where did it come from? Not the ambience, it's you. Yes? So please remember, first biggest trouble we have in our instrument is we are not in balance with the pineal gland. The alignment of pineal glands has gone. When I say pineal gland, people call it pineal. Have you seen a pine tree? The pineal gland is the exact the shape of a pine cone seed. Yes, pine cone. So why is it designed in a certain way? It is the most important master inside you, the first gland born in a baby. When the pineal gland is awakened in the womb of the child, starts to witness the growth of the body from cellular movement to growth. Please remember, we have saliva inside us. To move, as the baby grows, it starts salivating. You agree? More saliva drops out. The saliva of a yogi is sucked inside and drawn into the cerebrospinal fluid to attain salvation. So from salivation to salvation. Understood? From salivation to salvation. We have to access that knowledge of how to attain that state. So the yogi sucks the saliva in, puts the tongue on the roof of the mouth, rolls the eye in the midbrain, and then they begins the real projector screen inside you, which channels the pillar of light inside you, the entire hollow pillar of light of the cosmos, which is the axis of this entire universe, comes alive in you. The bridge between the sun, the central sun, and this core of the earth. You are alive. You are alive to the axis of this universe. The first alignment is with the axis of this universe. It is passing through all of us, whether you believe it or not, whether you like it or not, it is the same axis. People say, no, I am different religion. I didn't hear about it. You think your religious books are going to talk to you about this pillar of light? No way. They want you to be sitting in the corner. I see monks in this, remotest monasteries. Now, they were all earlier in their books. Now they have a 10-inch iPhone there. One eye on the iPhone, messages dropping, other eye on the dilution, my friends, distraction. Even the monks are distracted. Yes? So please remember this. How to attain focus is also part of alignment. You don't need to do 24/7 meditation or chanting, but what is the intensity of your focus? You can realign this body in a flash of a moment, but are we having that level of caliber? Do you have it in you to calibrate this instrument? So you need caliber to calibrate to celebrate. What is a celebration? If all the cells in your instrument listen to the inner commander, they will all come alert and say, tell me, boss, what's the job? Boss says, come up, I want to talk to you in my cabin. This is your cabin here. All the cellular awareness comes from the tip of the toe, gathers like a powerful volcanic force and emerges here, and you will experience the whole cosmos in a flash of a moment, because in your brain 100 billion neurons are transmitting with the stars. We are stars. We are star seeds. We have forgotten. We think we are ordinary human operating on burgers. Yes, we are not. We are powerful beings. We don't know that 100 billion neurons in the brain are actually in connection with those 100 billion stars in our galaxy. The light that we see right now is not the light of the stars which is sent today. It is sent millions of light years away. We are seeing only the light which was done. So that means you are actually watching a history of the cosmos. You are not watching live. People think it is live. We are watching the history of the cosmos. We emerge from the star, we return back to the star that we are. We are, remember this, we are all stars. We are all gods in amnesia. But in this instrument, we say no. We are just average strugglers. We have only 200 millivolt of current passing through in this instrumental brain. Can we handle more? See, I'll tell you a simple thing. Most people go for bypass surgery because doctor said you had a block. It was one of the greatest blunders on this planet. The heart was meant to access a block so that it will open another channel. It was like a tributary channel. The heart was meant to be blocked. If you do breath control, it will block one channel, open the other. See, simple, I'll give an example. If you know how to arrest your breath, the capillaries in your brain will open up. You deny your breath from this process, this channel will open. This is a trick. If you want this guy to open, block here. The brain is intelligent. He says, oh, this guy has closed one door. Wait, I'll open here. But what we do, we're scared because doctors told you you're going to die if you close here. Yes, one guy went in Egypt into a coffin. He told his friend, look, I'm going to enter this coffin. You look after me. He said, yeah, I will. If I pass on, I'll tell somebody else. So now 40 years he was inside the earth in a coffin, alive.